Hello, so we are back again
Hello.
with Spirit Speaks, and we are channeling voices from the other side of life. I hope you have reviewed or watched some of our other videos. They've been really good. However, this interview is going to be one that we had to do over because when we did it the first time, the sound did not come through.
Which was surprising
Yes.
to discover that. And we're redoing it. If you saw what will probably be a very recent one with Sirna, who was in the waiting place, she told me that this interview would be redone because this particular person was in that pod and they actually, she said, they sabotaged the sound. Not just on this one, but on the last two that we did. And the one gentleman, I've written down his name, Samuel, he does not have to redo his interview because he didn't sabotage it. And he did what he was supposed to do, which was do the interview with us.
Yes, even though the sound did not come
Even
through.
though the sound didn't come through. You just hear nothing and I see our lips moving. However, because Timothy did sabotage it, he has to complete it again. And while I don't remember a lot of what came through in that,
either.
I know that there was a reason he didn't want to. There was a reason he didn't want to come through.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of his healing, part of his process, is why she's having him do this again.
Yeah.
For himself and to heal.
Yes.
So it's not going to be a long interview, but there's some things
that he needs
to say
to share. Yes. Okay.
And
so
we're going to do this. I'm not going to channel. I'm going to be a medium and speak to him and communicate that back.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to open with prayer. We call in the divine light of Source Creator to set the time and space with love, light, and good intent. We open the sacred space to Timothy to share his story and his truth with us. And we say that all will come through to the highest good of all, and so it shall be.
So it is.
Okay, so welcome again, Timothy, and we'd like for you to tell us a little bit about yourself and why we're doing this interview with you again.
First he says, sorry.
Okay.
He says, I'm in a better place now than I was then. I've had to do some more work.
I'm glad to hear that.
He says, I didn't want to talk about it then, and it's still not easy to talk about it, but I understand that I need to.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my best.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do anything funny this time. He says, sorry about that day. And sorry about Samuel. He just happened to be on that day with me, and I didn't want my story told.
Okay. So
I'm just going to say, he looks better this time. His persona is much better. And he says thank you because I've been really working very hard.
I'm glad. I feel that. I feel that coming from you.
Yeah, he's been working really hard.
Yeah. So, what has brought you to the waiting place?
Well, I died. He actually has considering
his sense of humor, great, we love it.
He says I can do that now. He says I am a very flawed person. He says I did many bad things, And everyone who makes a stop here has to do some work.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do a lot of work, and I've been here a long time. This is several pods have gone on, and I've had to stay. So this has been a long time coming for me, he says.
Okay. So, what do you think happened in your incarnation in Earth that contribute to you having to learn the lessons you've learned in the pod, in the waiting place?
He says, I'm ready. He says, I'm ready. Yeah, I have to be ready. I'm going to let him speak. I'm just going to try to hold the space and let him speak. He says, I came into a difficult situation, and I was abused by my mother and my aunts, by the women in my family, from a very young child. He says, I don't think they knew how much it impacted me and how much it hurt me. But I hated them. I forgive them now. It's taken so long to forgive them. I forgive them now, but I hated them. And growing up, I could never hurt them. When I was afraid of them, and although I hated them, I loved them. I needed them.
Yes.
And there was this inside. There was this monster growing. I was split. I was split. And I didn't know how to love a woman. And I wanted to hurt someone. And I wanted to hurt women. Because of all the hurt that I've been through. Physical, emotional, sexual. I've gone through it all.
Oh,
and I think I chose that in some way. But what I did with it, I didn't learn to love. I didn't learn that there. So as a grown-up, once I was out of that house, I finally acted on the pain. I acted on that hate side. And it's hard even to say it knowing that someone's going to hear this outside of here. I hurt 7 women. And not just hurt, it took their lives. One is what I was convicted of. One. Because her family loved her so much they wouldn't stop. The others, I chose them very carefully, people who would not be missed. And I thought this one girl, I'll call her S, I thought that she wouldn't be missed either, but I was wrong. And I'm glad that I was wrong now. Because I needed to be stopped. And I didn't survive prison. I'll probably come back in life with a birthmark here from being stabbed. But that was, I'm not angry at that. There's karma that must be balanced. And after all I'd done, that was hardly. I still had a debt to pay. I had to heal. I had to break that part of me down and get rid of it. And I've been here a long time. I've been here a long time. And I am so sorry. I am so sorry for all the hurt that I caused, for the girls I took away from their moms and their dads and their family and their friends. Even if they weren't missed, they should have been. I think about
Yeah.
it, they should have been. I probably
Yeah.
wasn't so missed when I left, and I should have been, just like they should have been. And I see that now.
Mm.
There should have been
Yes.
more love. There should have been more love.
Yes.
That's one thing I'm going to learn in my next life. I'm going to learn how to give love. And I know that, and I know that the best way to learn that is by not having it. And I think I set myself up a little bit too much in the last life I was in, that I wasn't strong enough to deal with that much lack of love without being terribly broken.
Wow.
And so I'm not going to set myself up for that kind of failure, that kind of situation again.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be fair to my soul, and it wouldn't be fair to other people who I might cross paths with, to be that hurt. And
Yes.
I need to have a more mild lesson.
Yes.
But it's still a lesson I must learn. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everyone here who's been a part of that. I'm grateful for everyone here who has helped me see who I am, who has helped me understand that pain is just a cry out. It's when we hurt others, we're crying out for help ourselves. And to forgive my mother,
Mm-hmm.
to forgive my aunts, to forgive them, because I realized that they were hurt. In some way, they were hurt.
Yes.
And I now know from this side, in doing the work I've been doing, I know how they were hurt. And it makes me sad
Mm.
because they missed that love too, and someone hurt them. And then they hurt me, and then I hurt other people, and you see that chain.
Yes.
I'm gonna break it. And I'm breaking it. I'm not gonna go back like that. I will. I have promised myself. I've promised my soul. I will remember. I will remember who I need to be.
Will you go back to that same family to try to break the chain in that family?
Forgive my language, but hell no. That was too much. Because I can't guarantee that they've done their work. I don't
Fair
see
enough.
them here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they are. I will not go back to that situation. It is likely I will be related to them in some way,
Mm-hmm.
but no. No.
Okay. That's fair enough. Fair enough. I'm so glad that you've come and shared your story with us, and I mean it's a lot for us to think about in this earth realm.
I know, and I know people will hate me, and they won't want to forgive me, and will say I deserve much worse, and I can't argue with them. I mean, if I were in the position of people looking at me, I would say the same thing. But there is a God, there is forgiveness,
There is.
there is love,
There is.
and I know this. I know this now. It's deep inside my soul, I know this. And that's where I have to stand.
Yes.
And know that I will do better next time. I will make better choices. I will make better choices starting with how I go into this life and what I do with it next time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and sharing.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me do this again. And I'm sorry again about last time. I wasn't ready.
It's okay. It's okay. We do not hold that against you. We thank you for coming to do it again. Did not even expect this, so this is a pleasant surprise.
Those are kind words. Thank you.
Yes. All right. And unless there's anything else you'd like to add in closing,
No,
we're
thank
going
you.
to allow you to step back. And thank you for sharing. Okay. And so we thank Timothy for coming a second time to share. And we are grateful for you and hope that you are open to receiving it. We ask that the healing rays of divine light and love of Source Creator be received by everyone in need who's heard this, and by those who have been affected by Timothy's life in any way, in every way. We pray peace upon them. We pray forgiveness, and we pray healing for them. May God's peace and protection be with all of us. And we say, let it be so. Amen.
Amen.